Today, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in Week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
First down, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Well, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you
he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The numbers for Mixon last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football.
And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely up to that great start, a second straight week.
So after after the made field goal. Here's McPherson to send this one away. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Drops it off for Chubb. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. On the return is Williams. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job. They'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Now it's Burrow. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open just a little underneath underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete there to Beckham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy, because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
65 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. On third down, Mixon, and he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. They run for it with Mixon, and he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. On third down, here's Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Mayfield. It's caught by Hooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
42 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Mixon with a 1st down and more. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, 44 yards. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it is 28-0. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He's had success running the football. This is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Bengals open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mayfield now. He finds his target, Beckham. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Williams to return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals set to take over. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total.
2nd and 5.
Mixon will try the right side. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
169 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keep.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Burrow will throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. This is caught. It's Boyd. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Bengals score.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Boy, 194 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
On 1st down, Mixon.
Ronnie Harrison that time able to make the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He's got Hooper on the short connection. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Mayfield. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Cincinnati, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.